Yeah, Preeti Mathaji is here with us today.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for the beautiful recital. Uma Mathaji, it was very, very
Yeah,
good.
Preeti Mathaji is here with us.
Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. We are now on the call today.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasni Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mathaji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada, thank you so much, Mathaji, for joining us and giving us your valuable associational services all the time. Hare Krishna, welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, HG Padmasakhi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupad, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Vrindavan.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mathaji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada, thank you so much, Vrinda Gopika Mathaji, for joining us and giving us your valuable association today. Anyone else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. This is Kamadaki Dasi from Baltimore. Please accept my humble obeisances. I'm going to Srila Prabhupada, I'm going to Guru Maharaj, and all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamadaki Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada, thank you so much, Mataji, for joining us and giving us your most valuable association on this call. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is there anyone else who would like to introduce themselves?
Mataji, she's joining Mataji in 2 minutes. She just messaged me.
Sure. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves today?
Mataji, do we also have eclipse, Mataji? On Saturday, in India, they are advertising eclipse.
Maybe, I don't know. I have to check. I really don't know, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. I just wanted, I thought you might know. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a lunar eclipse. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's partial here or it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, in India, I saw from Nitai Sevani Mataji's group advertisement about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Kiran Goyal from Baltimore. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to assembled devotees. So happy to join this.
Hare Krishna, Kiran Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Srila Prabhupada. We are very happy to have you here, Mataji. Welcome to the conference call. And we used to see you frequently earlier. So thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is there anyone else who would like to introduce? We have our speaker show up already. So I will start the recording. Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone to Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. And today we are very, very fortunate to have a very special speaker with us, who's Padmasakhi Mathaji, who is our Yatra guide, who always speaks about the glories of Vrndavan. So before we get started with today's very ecstatic session, I would like to read the quote of Srila Prabhupada for today. Srila Prabhupada says, "If anybody calls for meeting and lecturing, we must charge. And if they want to hear free, they may come to our temple. Don't become cheap. My Guru Maharaj used to say, if somebody becomes cheap, then nobody hears him." This was spoken in Montreal, October 27, 1968 by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada Ki Jai. Today, we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Padmasakhi Mataji with us as we are going to start with celebrations for the month of Karthik. we have our first topic for this month on Friday, which is Glories of Vrindavan Dham. So who else can be a better speaker? So we have Her Grace Padmasakhi Mathaji to walk us through this wonderful topic. Hare Krishna Mathaji, over to you. Please take over. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, maybe she's joining from other device too.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I see one more device. Very nice. So shall I spotlight that? So we have two Padmasakhis now.
One is for audio, Mataji. Phone is for audio.
Okay. So then I will remove this.
No, I just don't.
You have to. Okay, I'm going to remove this. I'll make you co-host though, and then I will remove this one. Okay.
I cannot see all of you here because I opened a page, just my notes. So I thought I want to see your faces. I kept the faces on the other device.
Okay. If you want, you can see all the pictures of all our faces now. Okay, go ahead, Mathaji.
Okay, Mathaji. Thank you so much for giving the chance. Everybody says that, but really I'm not at all qualified to talk in front of all of you, but just wanted to take the service to serve all of you. So please pray for me. And if I make any mistakes, please forgive me. We'll get started. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swaminiti Namane. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvasesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaurabhaktananda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all assembled devotees ki jai. Please pray for me. So I'll try. We'll see some pastimes towards the end, but just to start with, as we all know, tomorrow the most holiest. We wait for 11 months because sometimes I feel we don't get satisfied every year. We try to think of few things, and then at least with me, few standards I'm not able to follow. So I will think next year I will do it. Next year I will do it. So whole 11 months is a wait for this holy month. Very special month. The vibrations just come. Even kids, my kids were asking today when they're going to school, from tomorrow Kartik is coming, I'll do this, I'll do that. So for everybody, it's a very special month. And of course, Vrindavan is the most dearest topic for all of us in this holy month. So we'll see some pastimes and we will see some glories. So actually, Kartik month's presiding deity, as we all know, is Srimati Radharani. And she's also called Urjeshwari, right? So this month is also called as Urjeshwari Vrata. And Radharani is the treasure house for bhakti. Who else can? I was hearing somewhere, like Durga, if you pray, she will give spiritual also, material also. But Radharani will give us all spiritual. So she's the treasure house of bhakti. And all the love, all the divine love is emanating from her. And both Radha and Krishna, they both like this month a lot. And it is like, suppose we see in movies, and like in movies I used to see, when a rich man is there, the wife delivers or gets pregnant, then he awards the person who announced that news with, like, he takes necklace, or the news is very like she's just delivering the message, but he's so happy and he just gives her lots of gifts because he can afford. Like that, Krishna also can afford all the mercy. When we say that this month is like we get 1,000 times or 100 times or much more times of benefit, like Krishna can afford it, so he's giving it to all of us. And it is said that if we read even one verse of Bhagavatam in this month, just for like everyday one verse also, it is equal to reading the whole 18 Puranas. And we know that tomorrow is Sharad Purnima, very, very special day. And who else? Like gopis. So Sharad Purnima is all about gopis and Krishna. So that full moon rising, the full rising moon, Krishna goes under the Vamshivat, plays the flute, and all the gopis, they want to always serve Krishna. So they forget what are they doing, they forget their family, and they all run to Krishna. When he starts playing flute, they all will run, and then they all start. So many factors they could think about, but without thinking of anything, they just ran towards Krishna, right? So Vrindavan is all about the divine love. There's a lot of divinity, divine love is there in Vrindavan. And when we are approaching Vrindavan, we should always approach with the mood that we have to keep Krishna in the center. When we go to Vrindavan or any dham, Krishna should be our center, just like all these gopis. For them, Krishna is only the center. They will just do anything for him. They don't think about themselves. Just want to serve him. And in this month, appreciation plays a very pivotal, like very much priority. We have to appreciate for the mercy we are receiving, for the grateful. We should be very grateful for all the mercy that we will be receiving. And we all know that worshipping Vrinda Devi, glories of worshipping Vrinda Devi. So Vrinda Devi is the dearmost devotee of Radharani. So Vrindavan is named after her, but not as Radhavan or Krishnavan. She voluntarily offered all the Vrindavan, 12 forests of Vrindavan, onto the foot of Radharani. So we know that pastime where Harimeda and Sumeda, two Brahmanas from Kashmir, they were just going somewhere. And then suddenly in that forest, they see, Harimeda sees Tulasi. And immediately he will start offering obeisances. And Sumeda asks, what is the importance of worshipping Tulasi? Why did you immediately do this? And then Harimeda will take him, he'll say a little bit, will walk, he'll take him into a nearby banyan tree, and then they will sit under that banyan tree, and he will start explaining about glories of Vrindavan. And immediately after the glories of Vrindavan, glories of Vrinda Devi, and the banyan tree breaks, and two personalities will appear. And out of that, one personality starts saying that I was cursed by Loma Rishi, I think. I was cursed by him. And because there was a necklace with bilva flowers and bilva leaves that he was wearing. And he was dancing with some girls in the river, some jal krida he was doing. And then the Rishi was passing by that side. And what he does, he just, in that anxiety, playing with the girls, he just threw that garland, and then it fell on Loma Rishi. And he got so upset, and he curses him. And he says, when you hear the glories of Vrindavan, then you will, I'm saying glories of Vrindavan, glories of Tulasi Devi, Vrinda Devi, that is when you will get delivered. So that is a story of one person. And another one also says he was cursed by his guru or something. So two of them got delivered from the curse by hearing the glories of Vrinda Devi. So worship of Radharani, worship of Vrinda Devi is very, 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 it says like circumambulating. We can do circumambulation of Vrinda Devi. We can recite her names every day. We can water Tulasi, which gives like so much of benefits. And then coming to like Vrinda Devi is the director in Vrindavan, right? Whatever is happening, like how a movie is taken, director is very, very important, right? They get so much of awards and rewards. So Vrinda Devi is the planner. She directs everything, and she has a lot of warehouses in Vrindavan. Everywhere she has like a storehouse, she has all those. If anything is need, like how we go to our storehouse and bring the things, like she just goes and brings everything needed. So now in this Vrindavan, that in Kartik month, Vrindavan Yatra, going to Vrindavan is very, 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 very special for all of us, because Krishna has done so many beautiful leelas, so many pastimes. So Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, and even Narada Muni, they all see Brahma is a secondary creator. But what did Brahma do? Brahma, he was willing to become a hill. He is in Barsana. There are 4 peaks. Barsana is a hill, and there are 4 peaks on Barsana, right? Mangad, Dhangad, Bangad, and Vilasgad. 4 peaks of Barsana. So it's none other than Brahma. Brahma is that Barsana hill. And imagine Barsana hill. So he said he wanted the dust of Radharani, like Radharani is walking in Barsana, right? So he wanted the dust. But imagine, not only Radharani, there are monkeys. There are so many animals. There are humans. Sometimes humans will spit. The monkeys will pass urine. But Brahma was willing to take even that position. He's a secondary creator. And he's saying he wants a place in Vrindavan. And he did, I think, 16,000 years of tapasya to get a place in Vrindavan. Then what about us? Maybe so many times I said, like, many times we heard going to Vrindavan is not just buying a ticket. It needs lots of mercy. If I would have shared in 2019 when I was going to Vrindavan Yatra, evening was my flight. And afternoon I went to pick my younger son, Dina Krishna, from daycare. And I broke my foot. I just hit my foot while I was parking to a stone there. And my 2 fingers went, literally they were hanging from my feet, that other side. When I rushed to the urgent care, they said that your both fingers got fractured. And I was like, evening I have flight. So it's a lot of purification when we have to go to Dham, right? But finally I could make it by the blessings of Radharani and the devotees. I could make it, but so going to Dhams is really, really not so easy. We need lots of mercy. And then Brahma is praying for that. And Shiva, he did a lot of tapasya, and he writes Kripa Katashtakam, very, very famous. It's called as Vindavan's anthem, Kripa Katashtakam, and especially in the month of Kartik, we see so many, they go to Radha Kund. Actually, it is said under the navel, you have to go into Radha Kund, and you should be, like the water should be until your navel. And if you recite Kripa Katashtakam for 111 times, if I'm not wrong, 111, I think. Yeah. So if you recite, like if you read the Falashruti, it's like so amazing. So Shiva wrote that the Kripa Katashtakam, Munindra Vrindavandite. It goes like that. Triloka Shoka Harini Prasanna Vakta Pankaje Nikunja Bhu Vilasini Brajendra Banu Nandini Gajendra Sunu Sangate Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. Very beautiful Kripa Katashtakam. You all can recite every day if you would like to. I know most of you all must have known that. So Shiva is doing all that austerities and Kripa Katashtakam, praying for Radharani's Kripa, and so finally he gets a position. Now Brahma took the Barsana hill. Now Shiva also needs a place, right? So he goes as hill on Nandeshwar Parvat. So Nandagam, where Krishna was raised, he was born in Gokul, then Shetikara, then Nandagam. So that hill is Shiva. And many times I would have said this past time also in our yatra, where Shiva wanted to take darshan of our dear Krishna, his master, right? So he knows that Krishna is there in Nandagaon. He wanted to have his darshan, and he comes. And Shiva looks like little not so neat. He has ashes on his body. His dress he wears deer skin. So when Yashodamaya sees, she kinds of gets scared. Oh, what if my Kana sees him? My Kana will get very scared. And she keeps on saying, you just want roti? Take food. Go, leave. But Shiva keeps on insisting, I want to see your son. I want to see your son. But Yashodamaya was not willing. She thinks that he came to just put a magic spell, a negative spell. So she was not willing to bring Krishna. And Shiva feels so sad. He feels very heartbroken. Many beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan, right? So Shiva feels very sad, and he leaves that place. But then Krishna doesn't want to see his devotees sad. So he wanted to give darshan, and he starts crying so much. He'll be rolling on the ground, crying. And then Yashoda Maya will get a suggestion that, the person who came before wanting to see Krishna, I think he kept a magic spell or a negative energy on Krishna. So we have to bring him to take all the spell away. The gopis will go search for him and then bring him. And Krishna will be, and when looking at Krishna, Shiva becomes so ecstatic and he's like playing his damru, like dama 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 dama. He's like dancing, playing damru, and so ecstatic. And seeing him dance, Krishna started laughing like anything. How little babies, they laugh. So he started laughing, and Yashoda Maya felt so happy. We feel very happy when our kids laugh and they're happy, right? So Yashoda Maya is so happy, and then finally she will say, will you come every day? Like that she will ask. And then Shiva will say, like, I want the foot of your son to be placed on my head. So Yashoda Maya will agree to that also, and places little tiny feet of Krishna on Lord Shiva's head, and Shiva becomes so ecstatic with the touch of Krishna. So he is there as Nandeshwar Parvat in Nandagaon. If anybody is going, you can see very beautiful hill. Opposite to Nandagaon, we can see Vrindakund. There is Pavan Sarovar there. It's a very beautiful place Nandagaon is. So Shiva is willing to come, Brahma is willing to come, and Vishnu, he comes as Govardhan hill. And Narada Muni, what happens? Narada Muni also will request Vrinda Devi that he also wants to participate in the Leelas of Radha and Krishna. So he doesn't have an entry as well. So then he will approach Vrinda Devi. So Vrinda Devi will say, can you go and take bath in Kusum Sarovar? When we are going to Govardhan, it's one of the first place that we will in Govardhan Parikrama, Kusum Sarovar. So she will say, go and have a dip there. Very close to Kusum Sarovar only, we have Narada Kund as well, the place where Narada resided. So Narada Muni then will get a body of a gopi where he can participate in the pastime. So it's not at all easy. We get that entrance into the Dham just by Guru's mercy, devotees' mercy, Radharani's kripa. Very, very merciful we are. That's why Kartik month is also about appreciation, being grateful for all the mercy that we have been receiving. And in this month of holy month of Kartik, it is said that all the holy rivers will come to Yamuna. So if you just take bath in Yamuna, because they want to see they also want to participate, they want to see. So they all come and then they are there in the Yamuna waters. So if you take bath in Yamuna, just one dip in Yamuna, then it is like you took bath in all the holy rivers. And then it's like dry grass catches fire very fastly, right? So this month is also like that. Dry grass, like everything is so quick. The sins will get like very quickly eradicated, because see, so many sins we have accumulated for so many years, right? Like we get caught up in so many things. Like once Srila Prabhupad, he went to meet George Harrison, and then I think George Harrison is in he was not at home, his wife was there. So when she opens the door, she sees Srila Prabhupada, and she feels very happy seeing Srila Prabhupada, and she will ask, like, come please sit. And then she will say, like, George Harrison will be coming in some time. So Prabhupada was sitting in George Harrison's room, and Europe is like very beautiful, very, the nature is so beautiful, a lot of greenery. So from the window, Prabhupada sees all the greenery, and he feels like it's beautiful. And then George Harrison comes. So George Harrison those days was one of the richest person, very, very famous. Now because of YouTube and all, we get to know about so many celebrities and what they're doing. But those days, that much YouTube, WhatsApp, nothing was there, right? But still he was so famous. So famous. And he comes, and as soon as he sees Srila Prabhupada, he comes, knows that he's there, he comes running, and he will fall at his feet. So that richest person whom that time and age, like everybody is like worshipping like a celebrity, he comes and does that to Srila Prabhupada, and then they have nice exchanges. And Srila Prabhupada says, like, if you get very nice, he will say, like, very nice, beautiful scenery, right? And you should always understand that however beautiful it is prison house. If you don't think it is prison house, then you are very foolish rascals. Like that Prabhupada sweetly warns. And Prabhupada gives like knowledge. Knowledge is like light, right? So when light is there, no darkness. So that day, when like in George Harrison's room, Prabhupada was giving lot of knowledge, so much lecture. Many used to attend, and even it is dark, nobody would mind about time, because Prabhupada is giving knowledge, Prabhupada is giving sun, and Prabhupada only would say like, it is time, we have to leave. And while leaving, Prabhupada was saying this, like, greenery, however beautiful it is, it's still a prison house. And George Harrison really, like, being such a big celebrity, also how he dedicated himself to Srila Prabhupada, and how sincere he was towards Srila Prabhupada is very, very inspiring. And after this, it is George Harrison made a CD titled as, let me see, how is it's titled as Living in the Material World. And on that disc in the center, he keeps a picture of Gita, where Arjuna and Krishna are there on the chariot in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He keeps that, and in that he writes. He maybe here and there, if somebody knows this, and if I made mistake, I vaguely remember, but he writes something like this in that poem, in Living in the Material World. George Harrison offers it to Prabhupada, and he writes as, we all move around with objects in our mind. Repeat, we all move around with objects in our mind to become rich and famous with the reputations signed. We all move around in objectives in our mind to become rich and famous with the reputation signed. But for those few, see, not everybody can become rich. Maybe like that 1%, let's say in USA, like 1%. Most of them are middle class or poor. Not everybody can get to that stage, right? So he says, for those few, we get into that committed slot. Birth, death, old age creeps into their body like a rot. He says that for, even though like your objective is to become rich and famous, you get into that slot, still old age, birth, death, it will creep into your body like a rot. So like the article I was reading, it's mentioned like we do a lot of hard work. In New York, there are buildings of 55 floors, and maybe our apartment in 55 floor, and it's very expensive, right? Actually, my brother lives in Cupertino, California. So there, the small apartment is very costly. Maybe we can buy 2-3 houses in Tampa, like that. It's like 1.4 million, just a small apartment, old apartments. And my mom always keeps, because she doesn't understand the logistics, she keeps saying, what kind of house is that? So many crores you're selling and telling, and it's just a small apartment. And as I was telling, like in New York, maybe our house is in the 55th floor. And if you imagine, our ceiling is floor for the upstairs, right? And our door is, this wall is even for the others, this side, that side, ceiling. So what we are owning basically is all share in that. But we pay millions and millions, and we are with so many locks. We are so scared, right, that we lose our things. That we take so many security camera. When we possess something, we have a fear of losing something, right? So rather, it is very, very important to use each and everything in the service of Krishna. Everything what we can just use it in service of Krishna, offer everything, and that is the then no fear, right? I remember when we had hurricane announcement here, not this year, I think 2017, it was a very bad hurricane. So we had a order of evacuation. So that time, like ladies were thinking that, if we don't have anything, what we do, we just pack and go. But otherwise we have to think, what will happen to my things in the locker, bank, these, that, and wherever we go, we are carrying our position, like our valuable stuff. And anywhere we are parking the car, we are very worried about, oh my God, what will happen to our things. So a lot of fear on these material possessions. But rather, if we have in our mind, like not for us, we are using it for Krishna, offering it everything, just like how the Vrajavasis are offering everything to Krishna, then things are different, right? And the beauty, that divine love, as I said, Vraj Bhumi is of divine love, right? Like how when Krishna actually came for a different reason to annihilate the miscreants, but he was very busy in Vrindavan playing. Every time he wanted to go to Mathura, but still when he sees the Vrajavasi's face, he will forget and he's engaging in doing all the leelas and all the pastimes. But one fine day he had to go when Akrura come, and he actually had a plan of coming back, right? But and how that sweetness, some of you who have visited, you know, the Puchika Lauta Baba in Govardhan, he's still waiting for Krishna holding kheer, because when Krishna was going with Akrura, he runs from his home saying, I made this sweet kheer for you, eat. And Krishna promises, I'll come back in the evening, we will eat. He'll say, okay, I'll wait. And then Krishna says, maybe 2 days, maybe few days, but then still he said, I'll wait for you. So it is said that he is still waiting with that sweet rice kheer. And how Krishna went there, Nanda Maharaj also went to see Krishna. After killing Kamsa, Krishna wanted to come back. But the Mathura Vasi started saying, where will you go? If you go to Vrindavan people have no sophisticated weapons to fight, because now Kamsa is a very powerful person. You killed him, and all the people who are on his team, his father-in-law, his friends, they all might come and attack you. That time they will attack all the Vrajavasis also. What will they do? They will kill them. How will you save them? They don't have anything. They don't have big houses also to go inside and hide and save themselves. So Krishna, thinking about the Vrajavasis, he stayed back, because they are his dearmost, right? So he didn't want to trouble them. So he stayed back and he said to Nanda Baba that he goes, and with a painful, Nanda Baba feels so sad. He will say, like how you will see, actually Krishna will not say that, because in Kaliya pastime also, if you see, when Krishna is in trouble, everybody will come, right? So Krishna will just say, I have a small work. I'll come back in 2 days. You please go. Please don't wait. Yashodama is all by herself. You please go, and Krishna will give all his belongings, and he will say, these are my gifts. Please give to the Vrajavasis. And when all the, like a long emotional description, but we will just cut it short. And how when they see the chariot coming, and Yashoda Maya and all of them, they'll be eagerly waiting. And when they see Nanda Baba, just Nanda Maharaj, they'll think where Krishna is. And Yashoda Maya will say, ayo, why Krishna? Krishna is like, what do you think about Krishna? He's a big monkey. Will he just come like that? Maybe he's on top of some tree. He will just suddenly all of a sudden come and surprise us. So like that she will be telling. And then Nanda Maharaj, actually he will say, no, Krishna didn't come. Krishna said he will come in 2 days, and then he will try to give the gifts that Krishna sent. And they all will say, we don't want all this. We just want Krishna. See, we want so many things from Krishna, right? We all want many things. We always pray to him for something. Either it is a service, something spiritual related or material related. I am sick, my father is sick, my daughter is sick, my son is sick. So many prayers, right? Or please take care of my son. We always ask something for Krishna. But Brajavas is there saying, we don't want anything. We just want Krishna. We don't want these things. And they were like upset. And Yashodamai also says, you don't like Krishna. If you love Krishna, see Dashrath Maharaj story, what happened? When Rama left, the next minute he left his body. Nanda Maharaj will say, no, why are you saying like that? In 1 minute, Dashrath Maharaj left his body, but every minute I am dying without Krishna. And then all of them, they don't want to see what Krishna has sent. And after 1-2 days, they kind of settle down, and then they ask Nanda Maharaj, please give those things what Krishna gave. And looking at that, they keep like looking at Krishna's crown, Krishna's flute, Krishna's belongings. They're like thinking about, oh, Krishna will do this with this with that. So everything they're relating it with Krishna. Very Krishna consciousness they are, just Krishna consciousness. And then even when Krishna also, actually Krishna wants to come, then again his parents will say, like, we are your parents and we missed you a lot. We want to join you in school. And then they send him to Sandipani Muni's ashram. And when Krishna comes back to Mathura, he will go on top of the house, and he will be looking at Yamuna, and Yamuna looks like it has risen a bit. So then Krishna will be thinking, maybe all Vrajavasis are crying for me. Maybe they're all feeling very sad for me that Yamuna, little bit it rose up, and then he will think like, who will take the message, who will go and console them? And suddenly Uddhav will come, and without even asking Uddhav, he will start saying, you go. And Uddhav will ask, where? Then when Uddhav goes, also same thing happen. Every day these gopis, Rajavasis, they will be waiting for Krishna, just hanging on the trees, lying near the creepers. And then when they see the chariot one day, Uddhav was coming, they will think it is Krishna coming, and then they'll be eagerly waiting. They'll be very happy. But then when they see Uddhav, they're all like very sad. He'll ask, where is Yashoda Maya's house? They will direct. And when he goes, Yashoda Maya, so much absorption, so much Krishna consciousness. So Yashoda Maya will say, I think she will say, we'll talk slowly because my Kana is sleeping. And then Uddhav say, Kana is sleeping, your Krishna is in Mathura. How come he's sleeping? Then Yashoda Maya will say, yeah, Krishna is in Mathura. I forgot, yeah. Yeah, please tell me, why did you come? So much absorption. Like I mentioned in the beginning, like we have to keep Krishna in the center. That is the mood of Vrindavan. Like these Rajavasis, always in everything that they do, they keep Krishna in the center. And yeah, that is one thing. And yeah, like I was like we were discussing the divine love, the sweet pastimes. So many sweet pastimes, the sweet exchanges, everything is filled with so much of love, so much of purity. Like if you see Ter Kadam, like Krishna goes like on Gopashmi. Gopashmi also comes in the month of Kartik, right? So Krishna has been promoted to Gopashmi, like Gopa. He'll take care of cows now. So how many cows? Almost Nanda Maharaj has 9 lakh cows. Not almost 9 lakh cows, right? So he will go, there's a place called Ter Kadam. And so how Krishna manages those 9 lakh cows is very, very sweet. So Krishna divides all the cows into 4 groups. And every 4 groups has again 25 subdivisions based on the color, based on the spot, like I think yellow, white, black, red. So he segregates. And those days, no phones, no WhatsApp, nothing, right? So Krishna, like how nicely he would manage calling all the groups, taking all the 9 lakh cows back home. He would nicely, like such a nice exchanges with the cows also. Like he would keep calling with their names, hey Kunkumi, hey Damodar, Ganga, Yamuna, and the evening after the grazing is done, he would call them back. And in between, if he's hungry, when he was taking care of cows, he had to go a little far, but calves, he was just within the houses. So if he called, they can hear. So he would scream saying, I want butter. Then the gopis would bring butter and say, okay, come and take. Like that, they used to always think about Krishna. Whatever he does, a little bit they would act like they're like angry, but they are not at all angry. So they would come and share, like tell, okay, come take butter, and then he would take butter. They would bring butter. They all would eat on that for leaves only. They will make like the bags and then keep there and eat. And so nice. The cowherd boys only would call Krishna for lunch. They all would come, and then nice exchanges with the cowherd boys, the gopis. Very, very, everything is that so much nice divine love. And some cows are so smart. They were thinking, if we go in the evening, as soon as it's time, then Krishna is not going to call our names. So Krishna would stand on the Kadamba tree, and then, bending forward, he would call, like whichever cows group didn't come back, he would call their names and then say, come, come, come. And Krishna would have a necklace of 108 beads. And like so many groups, right? Like 108 groups, I think 108 groups and 25 subdivisions. So the head of the group, there is a cow who is the head of that one group. And when that cow will come with one bead, he would touch their head. So that is the attendance. So like that, 108 groups are done. 108 groups of 4 different colors of cows. So, and then they would act smart, because if we don't go, then Krishna will personally call us. So they can get that benefit of being personally called by Krishna. Their names are coming from the mouth of Krishna. So some cows would act naughty like that. So those are like the sweet exchanges. And if you see Radharani, Radharani is the treasure. We saw treasure of bhakti, treasure of love. She's so merciful. Trust me. If we really go to Vrindavan, we can see how merciful Radharani is. We all can experience. Everybody will have different experiences, but she's really so nice in reciprocation. So maybe I don't know if I said or not. But I will share. So 2019, when I cannot speak Hindi. I can understand Vinita Gandhar because there she will laugh because she teases me that I don't speak Hindi. So I can understand, but I cannot speak very, very well. I cannot speak, a lot of grammar mistakes. So if I have to go Vrindavan, I cannot survive by myself, right? If I have to talk and all. But I had a desire. That time I was very sick, actually. My condition was not that good. So I had a desire because I am in Vrindavan, I have to go and do Radha Kripa Katashti in the Radha Kund. Then if I go, my husband is also coming with kids. It is like, it takes a lot of time, right? How will the kids sit there for long? There are a lot of mosquitoes, actually. So my kids were very small that time, 5 and 3 or 6 and 3, I think. So they're very small, so we cannot trouble them. And I cannot go by myself because Vrindavan and Govardhan is far. It will take 45 minutes. 45 minutes, yeah. So I was thinking, what will I do? What will I do? But I had a desire. But I don't know how I will fulfill that desire. So then I was thinking, how will I go? I don't know Hindi. And it was evening because I went for Yatra, Guru Maharaj's Yatra. And Yatra slot, 1 o'clock we'll come back, have prasadam, then we are free, and then 5 o'clock we'll meet at the pandal. So I can go after lunch only, around 2 o'clock. So if I go and then come back, it is going to be night. Then my Prabhu also will get worried, right? So I was thinking all these things, how will I go? How will I go? Radharani, I want to come to Radha Kund. I want to recite this Kripa Katashtakam. Then what happened? One Mathaji, if you all saw, now there is Satvik Rasoi, but in Hare Krishna kids, some ISKCON Desire first used to have a cookery show with the Mathajis. And in that Madhuri Leela, not what's her name? Madhuri, I forgot the name. But Mathaji is a doctor and she used to do some cookery shows. So as I was walking in the pandal the previous day evening, I saw her. So I saw her and casually I went and said, oh, Mathaji, you show very nice cookery things. I saw this, I saw that. So we were casually talking and she said she's a doctor. Then I was sharing like my health condition to her. And just like that, I just mentioned to her, oh, Mathaji, I want to go to Radha Kund tomorrow, but I don't know how I will go. Then immediately with the, see how Radharani is so merciful and nicely she arranges. So immediately her eyes were so bright and she's like, oh, you want to go? Even I want to go. I was thinking, she speaks Hindi, but she wanted a company. So she was like, I was thinking, how will I go? How will I go? And then she's like, okay, come on, I'll take you. Like, we will go tomorrow. So I was so happy. Then I didn't have a phone. Like in India phone I didn't have, and it's a crowd of almost 10,000 devotees. So how will I meet her? The probability of meeting her is very less, right? So then what happened? But next day we went, and then morning I saw Mataji's missed call. I couldn't call her back. I think she was already in the bus. So when she's in the bus, no Wi-Fi, phone will not work. So that day we went to Vrinda Kund. I was sitting in Vrinda Kund. I was like, how will I find this Mathaji? How will I find this Mathaji? And all of a sudden she comes and she sits beside me. So I felt like, then Mathaji, okay, after this class, we will wait in so and so point. Then we boarded the same bus. Mathaji gave requested the driver if we can stop at one point. And from there, she only took me in service. So that was a very good ride. Mathaji said, why should we waste money? And she took in a service auto, like literally squeezed. How they sit on the backside of the auto, literally the Rajvasis were squeezing. They have that hay on the top and they were singing. So it was a very nice journey. We went and we could do what, like we did what we wanted. And actually, see, we didn't have lunch, right? Because we got on off the bus. We didn't go to the pandal for lunch. So how nicely Radharani arranges. So when we were going, I love Kusum Sarovar a lot. And Kusum Sarovar, beside Kusum Sarovar, there is Radha Banbihari temple. Very small, but very merciful. So I took something to offer to them. And then in the auto, I thought it will be too much if I ask Mathaji for everything. She's taking me. I should be happy for that. So I didn't say anything, but on the way, she only said, we'll go to Kusum Sarovar. There is Govardhan, Govardhan Annakut is happening. So we will go there, have prasad, and then go to Radha Kund. I'm like, oh my God, Mathaji, I wanted to go to Kusum Sarovar. Thank you, you said that. So we went and then had prasadam there, and I offered what I took, I wanted to give, I gave to the Radha Bandhihari deities, had prasadam, went, and then by night, around 9:30, 10, I went back to the room. So my point is, whenever I think this, I always see this as the arrangement of Radharani. So how nicely she takes care of everybody in the dham. So that's one of my like a very memorable experience that I had in Vrindavan. That was a second time I think I went to Vrindavan. So very, very nice, very nice. Really, Vrindavan is my favorite. And then one more pastime we can see, what's his name? Gulabs. I think if you go to Barsana, there is one place called Priya Kund near Pili Pokar. You will see one name called Gulabsakhi. So there used to be one Muslim personality named as Gulab Khan, and he was not educated. But what his service was, he used to every day in Shriji Mandir, Radharani's Mandir in Barsana, he would sing for Radharani. Different tunes, so many songs. That was his service. And he had one daughter, he has named as Radha. So every day he would do his service with lots of commitment, lot of sincerity, 12 hours singing in that mandir, sitting Radharani's names. And everybody would say, oh, Gulab Khan, your daughter is getting old now, you should get married, you should get her married. So he would really take care of that girl, little girl Radha, very nicely, like a service. So then he got her married, and after he got her married, he was missing her so much attachment. He was missing her like anything. And he went into depression. He was very, very sad. So first day is over, second day is over, third day, daughter's married and she left. And he started, one day he was sitting in Barsana Mandir and he started like very sad, and he was singing. How he sings, he was singing. And then a little girl comes calling him Baba. Baba, I came, Baba, I came. So it was like he used to say Radha, 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 always reciting the names of Radharani. His daughter Radha. And then so what happens when she called Baba, he thought his daughter is only calling, and he will feel very happy, very ecstatic. He will start singing, and then he will see that girl dancing, and she will run away. So he will go behind her, and suddenly she will disappear, and he will also disappear. So everybody will think maybe he died, maybe in separation with his daughter, he passed, he committed a suicide, or he died. So everybody in Barsana were thinking like that. And one day night, after who is that? The Pujari, he offers, like he put the deities to rest, offering the pan and singing. So when he was leaving, suddenly he hears somebody calling him. When he turns, he sees like a girl, female body, Sakhi. Sakhi singing. And then he will ask, who are you? He will say, I am Gulab. And he will not believe. Oh, you didn't die actually. And he will say that I just sang for Radharani is very merciful, she accepted me as Sakhi. And he will explain as his story, like how Radharani came as his daughter, and he was singing, he was following her, and then he falls down, actually kinds of he dies, and then because he was thinking about Radha, he gets a female body like Sakhi. Radharani accepted as Sakhi, and he says, I have the service, I just did the service of putting Radharani to sleep by singing song, Sagar, some name of that song, sings that, and he says, I just gave pan, and like offering pan. No, she gave me pan, see, Radharani gave me this pan, and the Pujari gets surprised because it's the same pan that he offered that night. So he kinds of, I have to trust now, this is none other than Gulab Khan, who is now a Sakhi. So they call him as Gulab Sakhi. There. So Radharani, now many might ask like how he's just reciting the names of his daughter, but not Radharani. How come Radharani can show so much mercy? That's what Radharani is like, very, very kind. She just sees his sincerity in service, like 12 hours, just getting 5 rupees or 10 rupees, bare minimal wages. He did it with a commitment. He did it with love. And to his daughter also, he did it as a service. So he's attached to her in the service mode. So that's what Radharani gave that kind of mercy and boon to that Gulab Khan. So very beautiful pastimes like that. So many pastimes we can see in Vrindavan, even like Ashtasakhi pastimes. We can see how every Sakhis are always in service attitude. So much of service attitude. Just they want to serve Radha and Krishna. They want to see them happy. Just they are the center for them. Like how one time Champaklata Sakhi, she wants to do Surya Puja. So she will go to Yamuna to fetch some water. When she's going to Yamuna, she will see Krishna and Madhumangal. They're playing in Yamuna. So from far, she just wants to observe what they're talking. She just wants to basically see what, just hear secretly. So then she'll be hearing. So Madhumangal and Krishna are talking about playing with a ball. So Madhumangal has a ball and Krishna will say, Madhumangal, can you please give me your ball? We'll play. But Madhumangal is not willing to give the ball because he says, Krishna, you will always lose the ball. Yesterday you lost Sudama's ball also. I don't want to give you ball. You all always lose the ball. And Krishna will say, no, I will give you back, promise. And Madhumangal starts saying, what promise? Your promise. Who will believe your promise? Your promise is not at all a promise. And he will say, your ball is at home. Just go and bring. And Krishna will say, no, who will go to the house and bring now? Okay, we'll come to a deal. He will say, if I lose the, if I will lose your ball, I will give you my ball. I'll bring my ball and I'll give it to you. Then Madhumangal will say, okay, Krishna, no, we cannot say no to you. You have a magic. Okay, take it. Like that he will say, and he will give the ball to Krishna. But Madhumangal will say, we will play this game and whoever is losing, they will become my horse. If I lose, I will become your horse. If you lose, you will become my horse. So they're conversing beautifully like this. And then Champaklata Sakhi is just watching from far. And I think Champaklata is one day younger to Radharani. So the conversation is happening and Krishna loses. So he will become the horse for Madhumangal. And Madhumangal just sits on him. And then they're just walking in Yamuna. And then now some Champaklata Sakhi, she just goes to fetch some water, right? So she'll go and she's fetching and she feels the pot is so heavy. So she needs some help. And then she'll be calling, hey, Madan Mohan, like that. She'll be screaming. But Krishna and Madhumangal are engaged in playing, right? But Krishna will be saying, see, somebody is calling me, looks like I have to go. But Madhumangal will say, no, they're calling me. I am Madan Mohan. Who is Madan Mohan is who will make everybody happy. I am the one who makes everybody happy in Vrajdam with my jokes and talks. So they're calling me. And then she will start calling, meanwhile, Nandalal. And then when they go to see, it is Champaklata. So Champaklata will ask, can you please help me fetch this water? It's very heavy. I'm not able to carry. Can you help me? Like that she will ask. And then Krishna immediately will say, I should carry a pot for you. I cannot carry a pot. At home, my Maya Yashoda, she doesn't give me any work. She pampers me a lot. I don't do it at my home only. Why will I do it here? Like that he will say, I think Madhumangal will help or no. So Krishna is saying that he will leave, and then Champaklata Sakhi is very upset. Now she goes to Radharani and she will say, how come, see how arrogant Krishna is behaving. This Krishna is so arrogant. And she will start thinking like, I will not let Radharani to meet Krishna. That's the punishment I'm going to Krishna. Like that she will think. And then when they come to, she will be walking down Barsana and she will see two people, one old lady getting so many bangles, beautiful, beautiful bangles. And she will say, we have so many bangles with lots of mirrors, very pretty colors. You want to buy? Like that, she'll be telling. And then Champaklata will say, oh, you have so special bangles. These bangles are also very pretty. Okay, you bring all of your special collections. We will go up. And it is very difficult to get her darshan. None of us, like it's not so easy. So you can come. So what will Champaklata Sakhi said? She's not going, let Krishna and Radharani meet, right? So she will take this old lady upstairs, and then now Radharani is so impressed with the bangles. And what will she do? She will select few with so many mirrors, and then she will ask that old lady to put bangles on her. Usually that's how it used to be when I used to see when I was a child. When bangle sellers come, they only put it to the person who is buying, to their hand. They have a technique to put without breaking. So as soon as this old lady touches the hand of Radharani, he just becomes ecstatic and Radha, Radha, saying that he will fall down. And then they don't understand, not she, basically old lady, and she'll not understand what happened, what happened, why, what happened to this old lady? Why is this happening to her? Like that they'll think, and suddenly they'll think maybe this is Kana. So when they scrutinizingly observe, and they see Krishna's dress, so they will know it is Krishna only, and all the gopis, they all will start laughing, and especially Champaklata Sakhi, she laughs a lot because she is the one who said that she will not let Radha and Krishna meet, right? They just say it externally, but they always want to serve Radha and Krishna. So Vrajbhumi is all about service also, service, bhakti, love, sacrifice, so many things. And also Rangadevi and Sudevi's story. One more story I'll say, and then maybe we will end it after that. So what happens is Rangadevi and Sudevi are twin sisters, right? I think Sudevi is very good at Jalakrida. She takes care of all the water pastimes. And Rangadevi takes care of applying red powder onto Radharani's feet. So Rangadevi resides on top of Suvarna Hill, like a golden hill it is called as. And she is 14 years, 2 months, and 8 days older. That's her age always. So then what happens, as usual, they'll have a fight with Krishna, because Rangadevi and Sudevi, being twin sisters, they will go to sell butter, and then Krishna does his Dan Keli pastime, taxes, and Radharani, like not Radharani, Rangadevi and Sudevi are not willing to pay. So Krishna gets mad and he breaks the pots, and then they get so mad at Krishna, and then they go to Radharani. And then they complain. They go to Barsana and they complain to Radharani. And Radharani will say, okay, if Krishna is not listening to you, why are you complaining to me? And then they all will, they start saying, I complain to Yashoda. She has maternal affection. I complain to Rohini. She also has a lot of affection to Krishna. I compare to Balaram. And Balaram is also just like his brother. So like that. Then they'll say, no, you can control Krishna with your just one raise of your eyebrow, you can control. Like how you have that capacity. That's why I'm coming and telling, like how a bee is controlled by the flowers, how a body is controlled by mind, how a fish is controlled by water, like that. So you please do something. No, like that they'll say. And then Radharani also will think like that. Then meanwhile, Krishna will come to meet Radharani. Then Radharani is upset, right? She's very angry because he insulted her friends. Like he was doing all this to her sakhis. So she will hide in the room. And Krishna knows that she's hiding. So he will say, oh Radha, where are you? I came. I am Ghanashyam. I came. So Ghanashyam is like thick clouds, right? So she will say, you are Ghanashyam. Then what is your work here? You just go and quench the thirst of those dried fields. Like, why are you coming here? He will say, oh no, I am Gopal. And then he'll say, oh, Gopal means those who herd cows. What is your work here? You just go. Like that, she'll be teasing him as if she didn't understand who came. And he will say, I am Krishna. So then she will say, oh, Krishna means he is always there in the forest of Vraj, like what is your work here? So like that she'll be teasing. Whatever name he will tell, Radharani has, she's very smart. Like she will just, she will act as if she doesn't know who that was. And Krishna now he will say, okay, he will leave that place. And then immediately, because he knows the technique that if he leaves, the Radharani cannot survive, right? She doesn't like to be separate from Krishna. So he will leave that place and his plan worked. Now Radharani is very sad. Oh, unnecessarily I was angry with Krishna. Krishna left the place. Like that she will be thinking and she's very sad. Now Ranga Devi will come. See how gopis always wants to serve Krishna, always wants to see them happy. They don't want anything for themselves. So what Ranga Devi will come and she'll see her sad and she will say, okay, I will go and search for Krishna. And when she goes, she will she saw him under a tree, on the banks of Yamuna, under a tree, throwing small pebbles in Yamuna, very sadly. Very, very sadly, he will be sitting. And then Ranga Devi, as if she doesn't know what has happened, she will just go and ask, so what happened? Did you fight with somebody? Did you have an argument with somebody? Your face looks so sad. And did you lose something? And Krishna says, yeah, I lost my everything. And then Ranga Devi kinds of feels very sad. And she will say, I will make an arrangement for you with Radha. And Krishna will say, with Radha? No, Radha is very angry with me. I think she will not agree for a meeting. And then now Ranga Devi will say, what do you think about our Sakhis, Krishna? We can make the mountains float. We can make fire in water. We can make we can make what? Yeah, she will say like we can make the person who is ruling the three worlds just sit at one place. We like how elephant is controlled. We can control. We can freeze the sun. We can do so many things. We can make the owner of these three worlds just dance for our movements of our eyes. Like that she'll be telling, don't worry, we will go. So they'll go to Radharani and they will they'll bring Radharani, Ranga Devi and Sudevi, they'll be bringing to Krishna, and Radharani will say, no, it's very late now. How can I go? It's late. But then Ranga Devi will say, don't worry, I put dust of Vraja on your anklets. They will not ring. And she will say, I will cover you with a blanket. And Sudevi will hold the lamp of separation in her hand. And we can go like that she will say. And so both Ranga Devi and Sudevi wanted to serve Radha and Krishna. They will arrange the meeting and they will make sure that they both will talk. They just act as if they're angry at Krishna, come and complain. But they always think about how to serve both of them. Like how one time I was hearing His Grace Gaurang Prabhu mention like how ATM card is, if you keep ATM card, you get money. Like that, if you keep ATM like Vrindavan, Vrndavan in Kartik month, what you will get is just the power to serve. Like this Kartik month is like that ATM machine. In this month, like you keep the card, you'll just get service in Vrindavan. So that Vrindavan is just all about service, divine love. That is what I wanted to share, Mathaji. Just what all I heard over a few days, I just summarized, took bits and pieces in everywhere and then just said, thank you all so much. As I said, if I made any mistakes, please forgive me with a big heart. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padmasakhi Mathaji. Thank you so much for such a nice class. I wanted to ask, can you say more? You just started with a few Sakhi's pastimes. Can you give us 2 or 3 more pastimes if you still have some in your mind?
Yes, Mathaji. Okay, I will tell one more. This is about Vishaka. I shared in kids class. It's very funny. So what happened one time, Radharani says to Vishaka that she just says casually that I want to learn dance from Krishna. And then Vishaka's like, you want to learn dance from Krishna? You know so many steps. Who can dance much better than you? And Radharani says, no, I got the news that Krishna has learned some new steps. I want to learn those steps. So I want to go. And then Vishaka assists Radharani. And then as Krishna is teaching, Krishna teaches the dance. So after the dance is done, they come back home. So Lalita Sakhi has a service of arranging all the jewelry of Radharani. So she's keeping them back in the boxes, and they realize there is no ring. And then Vishaka will say, oh, that Krishna only would have done this. Who else will do? But Radharani will say, no, why are you blaming Krishna? I don't think Krishna would have done. So she's just backing up Krishna a lot. But then Vishaka was not believing, no. And she will say, we will prove it. Come, let's go to Krishna. So they will go to Krishna, and Krishna will say, ring? What ring? I don't have any ring. And how they scan your airport. When we go to airport, we have a scanner, right? So like that, they will scrutinizingly say, okay, we will scan. And they're trying to scan Krishna and everywhere where he kept the ring. And in his nice curly hair locks, that ring is found. And Vishaka will take it and she will say, see, I told you this, Krishna only will do this. And then Radharani was very upset. Like, how come Krishna will do like this? Because she trusted him a lot and her trust was gone, right? So she is very upset. And then Krishna tries to cover it up. No, I don't know how this came, that he'll be giving reasonings. But Radharani was very upset. So she goes back to her place. And then that evening, what happens? Vishaka will say, Krishna did something to you, we should also steal his things. But Radharani will say, why to steal? We don't want to steal. No, why do you want to steal? But Vishaka say, you don't steal, I will steal. So next day when they go to graze the Madhumangal Krishna, they're grazing the cows, they will rest under a tree while the cows are grazing. So Madhumangal has a habit, he will tie his leg to Krishna's leg, because when Krishna wakes up, he also wants to wake up, right? Otherwise he cannot, otherwise he cannot serve Krishna. So what he will do to not miss that service, he will tie his leg. So then Vishaka will slowly come, steal all Krishna's jewelry, and even Madhumangal's mustache. Madhumangal has a mustache because I think Madhumangal is 7 to 8 years older than Krishna. So he already has a mush, and then she shaves that off. So now when they wake up, Krishna's jewelry is not there, his mustache is not there. So Madhumangal was so sad. So then they will want their jewelry back. So they'll come up with a plan. They both will come like some sakhis to Barsana, and they'll sit there and they'll start crying as if they have some problem. They will be go on weeping, crying. Other sakhis will come and try to console them. They are not getting consoled. Finally, Radharani will come. When Radharani will come, they will say they are in a very sad mood. They want, actually they'll cry saying they want to meet Krishna. So they're remembering Krishna a lot, they're crying a lot. Can you do something? And then they will only suggest, we stole all Krishna's jewelry, you wear all the jewelry and come like Krishna. Maybe they will feel satisfied. So Radharani will dress like Krishna with all the jewelry and she will come. And immediately, just in a fraction of a second, as soon as they see Krishna will take all the jewelry and he will run. And all the gopis and Radharani, they all will be laughing. Only Madhumangal is sad because he thinks Krishna got his jewelry back. What about my mustache? And then he gets a boon that even if he wants to shave his mustache, he cannot shave. So he will always be with mustache. That's the boon he got. That's why Madhumangal is actually with the mustache always. That is his original identity. We might not see in pictures, but he has a mustache. That's how all these sweet pastimes used to happen in Vrindavan in the name of service only. All these pastimes. So that is the pastime I'm remembering, Mathaji.
Nice, Mathaji. Thank you so much. Mathaji, thank you so much for giving us wonderful pastimes of Brajdam, which we generally never hear otherwise. So you have a stockpile of pastimes of Rajbhumi. So thank you for releasing some of it. And we are so grateful for your association. It was a beautiful meditation for us to start with. Thank you so much, Mathaji. It was very interesting. Do you have any more pastimes of the remaining Sakhis? Like maybe...
Mathaji, I have pastimes, but I have a maintenance guy come over.
Okay. We are just being...
message me 2 times. How much more time?
Okay. So then, do we have any questions or comments for Mathaji? Do you have time or you want to leave, Mathaji? If you don't want to take questions, we can end the call.
Mathaji, what questions?
Okay. Yeah, but thank you so much again, Padmasakhi Mathaji. We really enjoyed this class and hoping to have more of your classes in future. So very grateful to you.
Please pray for me that this whole Kartik Vrat will be able to follow my vows by all of your blessings and nicely able to serve devotees and deities. I am going to Jagannath Puri Yatra this year.
Wow, very bold. Please keep us in your prayers, Mathaji.
Yes, Mathaji.
Mm.
Definitely, Mathaji.
Thank you again so much, dear devotees. This was very nice. We'll again meet next week with more glories of Kartik. I mean, celebrating Kartik, we'll see more glories of the Dham. We'll end the call here. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Anantapurti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Grace Padmasakhi Mataji.
Dhani ki jai.
Grace Padmasakhi Mataji ki Jai.
Hey, thank you, Mataji, for the beautiful.
Thank you, dear devotees. We'll be ending the call here. Hare